Philippines. I've always wanted to visit Southeast Asia, but somehow I've always ended up booking holidays to other destinations, with Vietnam sort of glaring at me from the top of my bucket list. The Philippines, I wanted pristine white beaches, unspoiled islands where electricity is hard to come by, epic marine life and hammocks swaying gently in the breeze. It was everything I had been craving, and so much more. There are, of course, tourists in the Philippines, but tourism is a relatively booming recently, so it really feels like you're uncovering a hidden gem. It's the kind of destination you want to visit soon, before the rest of the world discovers how incredible it is, because it's only a matter of time before that happens. So to help you plan a holiday to the destination you never knew you needed to visit, I've created this humble guide to the Philippines. How to get to the Philippines. Qatar Airways flights to Cebu, which makes getting there a breeze. I was lucky enough to travel on the inaugural flight, so we landed in Cebu's Mactan Airport to a water cannon ceremony, which was pretty cool. I thought Vietnam was the only place I could find this. But that was before I visited the Philippines. Some may not realize this, but the Philippines is another fabulous coffee destination. Its history with coffee dates back all the way to 1740 when the first coffee tree was planted in Lipa, Batangas. This was just the beginning as it only increased from there, and now Lipa is the hub of all the coffee growing in the Philippines. It wasn't until 1980 that the country joined the International Coffee Organization, which has helped to give it more recognition around the world. Today there are a number of large and smaller brands making coffee in the Philippines, delivering some of the most robust and richly flavored coffee out there. Not only can you base your holiday in the Philippines around what provinces are known for coffee, you can even sign up for guided coffee tours and take it to the next level. Even once you return home from the Philippines, you can still access their great coffee through such options as Kopi Luwak Direct. After visiting in person, there's no doubt you'll have a newfound appreciation for the Philippines coffee industry. Bibingka. In the Philippines, bibingka is a traditional Christmas treat made with rice flour, coconut milk, and sugar, cooked in clay pots lined with banana leaves. Topped with salted egg, cheese, and coconut, it's a unique blend of sweet and savory flavors. Bibingka is commonly enjoyed after Simbang Gabi, a series of dawn masses leading up to Christmas Day, and is a beloved part of Filipino holiday culture.
Know before you go, the Philippines is made up of a jaw-dropping 7,641 islands, which are divided into 3 regions. In the north you'll find the Luzon region, which includes the capital, Manila, as well as the archipelago's largest islands. In the middle, there's Visayas, a cluster of islands including Cebu, Iloilo and Bohol, where I spent my time, so that's where this guide focuses on, and the southern islands are known as the Mindanao region. Almost everyone speaks English in the Philippines, as it's taught in all schools. In fact, it's the 5th largest English-speaking country in the world, so it's easy to communicate with whoever you encounter. Plus, the locals are all incredibly friendly, always smiling, and always willing to help. Your money will go far here, with $1 equaling 57 Philippines pesos. The resorts are pricier, but a local meal will set you back around $3 to $5, so once you're there it's very affordable, no matter what your travel style is. The predominant religion throughout the islands is Catholicism, which means there are no strict dress codes to adhere to, and no unusual laws to worry about as a tourist. It's important to note that the Philippines isn't a shiny, sterile destination, fully geared up for tourism and without its issues. There's a lot of poverty, especially in the cities, but it's a really safe country to travel in, and you'll probably, as I did, learn a thing or two about gratitude, after seeing the smiling faces of people who have far less than most of us ever will. The best advice I can give you is to just dive into the culture, ask questions, get to know the locals and don't be afraid of eating by the side of the road, surrounded by cows or goats. Where to stay? There are so many places to stay in the Philippines I couldn't possibly cover them all, but I can highly recommend the 2 hotels I stayed at while I was in Cebu and Bohol. Waterfront Lahug or Waterfront Macron, both are great. In Cebu is a haven for visitors seeking relaxation, sun, exceptional service, and a bit of excitement thrown in the mix. Although you don't need to leave the hotel, you'd be crazy not to, with all the things there are to see and do in the area. On the island of Panglao in the Bohol region, find your own little patch of paradise at Henan Resort Alona Beach.
Top things to do in the Philippines. Island hopping. The best way to explore the islands of the Philippines is to book yourself a tour on a banca, a kind of boat you'll see everywhere. It has bamboo stabilizing arms that make your ride smoother, and they make for really pretty pictures, too. Throughout the day you'll flit between islands, some larger, with resorts, and some tiny, with just a generator and handmade huts. Life's simple outside the city, so go explore, and enjoy that crystal clear, brilliant blue water. Snorkeling. You hardly need a mast to spot the kaleidoscope of vibrant marine life that's just below the surface of the water. Even just wading in the shallows I spotted starfish, parrotfish, and so much coral my eyes couldn't quite take it all in. It's totally worth grabbing a snorkel, mask and some fins, and spending a while gazing at the thriving underwater world. Best place for snorkeling, Pamalacan Islands Coral Garden. Scuba diving. I learned how to scuba dive on the Great Barrier Reef, so I didn't think I'd ever experience another dive that came close to what I'd seen there. The diving that I did off the island of Panglao, however, was every bit as good. I might even venture to say it was better. I spotted a seahorse, turtles, sea snakes, a lionfish, plenty of clownfish, and a bunch of things I couldn't identify but could have stared at for days. All three of my dives were with Philippine fun divers, and although diving is a lot of fun, it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. That's why it's important to choose a diving company where you can trust that the equipment is being maintained, the staff are well trained, and all measures are in place to put your safety before their profit. I was in good hands with both of the guides I had, and they were incredibly patient as I asked a million questions, having forgotten half of the essential skills I'd learned so many years ago. Could there actually be a cuter creature on the planet? Tarsers are odd little animals, with enormous owl eyes, bat ears, rat tails, frog legs and fluffy little bodies about the size of my fist. They're mostly cute, but almost a little frightening, like a gremlin huddled beneath the leaves of a tree. Tarsers are nocturnal, but you can catch a glimpse of them at the Tarser Sanctuary in Bohol, which is an enclosed habitat with a series of paths for visitors to wander along while trying to spot the little critters. Tip: you'll need a good camera if you want to get photos of the tarsers. You can't get too close, no flashes are allowed, and they are small animals who like to hide in the shade of big green leaves.
The Chocolate Hills, which gained their name because of their resemblance to Hershey's Kisses, are a series of almost perfectly round hills that dot the landscape on the island of Bohol. There's a viewing platform where you can see a panorama of the hills, but it's quite fun to see them up close on an ATV tour, too. The largest fish in the world, the whale shark, is a gentle giant. Fish are friends, not food, that lives off krill and plankton. In Oslab, it's possible to swim right near these majestic creatures to see them up close. It's an awe-inspiring, and frankly, kinda terrifying, experience, and an unforgettable one at that. Acting cool, but actually freaking out. I'm fully aware that there's some controversy around this particular tourist attraction, so I'll add a quick word about that. All tourists are briefed before they get in the water and warned that if they touch the whale sharks they'll face heavy fines and up to 6 months in jail. Considering that before they discovered tourism, the local fishermen were killing the whale sharks for meat, it's certainly a better alternative in my opinion, and I have no doubt as awareness grows, the attraction will continue to improve and preserve these spectacular creatures. Waking up at dawn is never easy, but for some things it's worth it. Jumping onto a banca and watching dozens of dolphins leaping out of the water into the pink morning sky was one such thing. I've never seen so many dolphins in one place, and never seen them frolic quite so energetically. Perhaps I'm just never up early enough, but it truly was a sight to behold.
Passport in hand, backpack packed, heart wide open. You'll get sunburnt. You'll lose a flip-flop. You'll meet people you'll never forget. This is your adventure. Your first big step into the world. Take it boldly, take it kindly. Take it one jeepney ride at a time. Mabuhay, solo traveler. The Philippines is waiting.